Hey guys, I'm back. I started this carrot yesterday and I'm finishing it today. It is now Wednesday, April 17th. Um, you know what? I know Easter is this Sunday. I know we were supposed to make this carrot a while ago, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to keep this carrot hanging for a little while. I don't always necessarily just keep my holiday items hanging for the holiday and then throw them away or put them away. I like to keep things out. And a carrot is a carrot. I mean, it's not like it's going to have Easter eggs on it or anything, but I wanted to show you what I have so far. Now, I wish I had another Dollar Tree witch hat strip so I could show you exactly what I did. But if you can recall in the first part of the video, some of this mesh is fraying a little bit on me. I'm just trying to tuck it in a little bit. If you find that some of your mesh frays, Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby mesh does tend to fray a little bit. You can buy some of this spray. I know I've shown it before in previous videos. Elmer's Craft Bond spray adhesive. Mod Podge has a spray. Take it outside and just lightly give it a quick spray when you're done, and they'll keep any parts that are fraying from fraying anymore. So, and I noticed that a lot of this metallic comes out a little bit too, which is kind of a pain in the neck, but we'll just get rid of that and throw it over here. So, what I was starting to say is I wish I had, I'm just going to spray a little bit of this here. I know it's in the house, but just to get that little piece and stuff, because it's smelly. That's why I don't really want to spray it in the house. Remember I told you that I put one piece on the bottom, I did 2 rows of 2, and then if you look at the bars, if you look at the sections on your witch hat, and you'll see when you have your empty witch hat in front of you, turned upside down, obviously, you want the narrow one at the bottom because you want a carrot shape. You're going to see that there's, I believe, 2 sections that have 2 bars in the middle. There's 2 sections that have 3 bars in the middle. And at the very top, there's 2 sections that have 4 bars in the middle. So that's how I was basing how many rows of bundles I wanted to do. 1 on the bottom, 2 rows of 2, 2 rows of 3 across, 3 bundles across, and 2 rows of 4 across. Now, what I found that I ended up doing, I guess you can kind of see from the back. Now, again, remember, I messed up. Not that it's really going to make a difference, but I had my witch hat flipped the wrong way. You want the raised end to be facing up. Again, I don't think it's really going to make a difference. So mine's sort of backwards, but I guess I can show you here. So the very bottom you have, actually, I'm sorry. You have the very bottom, you have one section that's got 1 bar in the center, okay, 1 bar. Then you have 2 sections that have 2 bars, okay? Or 3 sections. Let's look at it this way. You have your one piece at the bottom. Your first section here has 2 sections in it, or 1 bar in the middle, okay? Then the next 2 sections, okay, have 2 bars in the middle, or they have 1, 2, 3 sections, okay? Your next 2 sections have 1, 2, 3 bars in the middle, 1, 2, 3. 4 sections each. So what I was attempting to do, or what I wanted to do, and what I told you to do, is we were going to do, I did 2 rows of 2 in this first section, okay, wrapping each bundle around the 2 bars, okay. That just gives it more stability. Instead of just wrapping it around the outside bar, I don't know if you can really tell the way my pipe cleaners are, I cut all the extra off. Wrap each bundle around 2, so the outside and the inside bar, and then your next piece you're going to wrap around the inside bar and the outside bar. You're going to go do 2 rows of these, 2 rows of 2 in this first section, okay? Now, I told you that initially I was going to do let me think for a second here. All right, let's just go back. I ended up doing 2 rows of 2 here in this first section. I did 2 rows of 3 in this next section. So I put 2 rows of 3 in this next section. I also put 2 rows of 3 in this section, okay? Then I put 2 rows of 4 in this section, okay? And then it was starting to get full. So at the very top, I just did 1 row of 4. So I hope that makes sense. But we're at the very top now. So, and I have, like, again, I have 1 row of 4 in this top. I wrap 2 around here, I wrap 2 around here. I'm sorry. I wrapped 1 bundle around here, 1 bundle around here, 1 bundle around here, 1 bundle around here. But you have 2 pieces of mesh in each bundle. So my witch hat kind of broke on the end here, but I don't really care. It's just right on the end. It's not really going to make a difference. I was pulling at it. So what you're going to want to do now is you have this very top section here of your witch hat. Okay, and remember mine's upside down. Yours is going to be facing up this way. You're going to want to put more orange mesh here in this last section. So what we're going to do, I actually had to cut a little bit more mesh too. I didn't have enough. I have to, say that I kind of wish this wasn't metallic. It's pretty with the metallic in it, but when you get metallic mesh, if it's not good quality, the little metallic strands come out, and that just makes me crazy. I'm always pulling them out and everything, but this is actually, if you wanted to use 10-inch mesh, you could, but your carrot's going to be really big. They have carrot forms I think you can get that are specifically designed to make carrots, and they're bigger. You could even get, I think Craft Outlet and a lot of the craft sites also sell the Christmas tree forms. You could turn that upside down and make that into a carrot if you wanted to. Now I ended up using full pipe cleaners. I know at the beginning I was telling you just to use half. But use full pipe cleaners because if you're wrapping them around 2 bars, you're going to need the extra pipe cleaner there. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go on this very top bar here. And again, mine's upside down or mine's backwards. Yours is going to be facing this way. So right on this bar right here, we're going to wrap some mesh. And I'm going to go around this bar. I'm going to go around this bar. It's sort of like raised a little bit. This bar in the middle and this bar and this bar, this bar and this bar, this bar and this bar. So we're going to put 4 across. Actually, I might go on the end here and put 1 here. So maybe I'll do 5. You kind of have to eyeball, you know what I mean? You have to see after you start adding your mesh, do I need to add an extra row? Is that going to be full enough? So it's really, you know what I think I want to do though? In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take back what I just said. I said I was only going to do 1 row of 4 at the very top. I did 2 rows of 4 here. I'm going to put another row of 4 in this top section here, just because I feel like it needs it. I don't think I was thinking about gluing that piece back on that broke, but yeah, it's okay. Again, wrapping it around the outer bar and this first inner bar here. There's some more of that metallic coming out that I love. And again, like I said, as you're going along and you're adding your mesh, you may have to turn it. You may have to turn it a little bit because you just don't want to lose that carrot shape. So be cognizant of that. Don't you love that word? Cognizant. This is actually Hobby Lobby mesh. I had to make the transition into Hobby Lobby mesh because my Dollar Tree mesh I ran out. But again, they're only an inch difference in size. Half an inch actually, 5.5 as opposed to 6. And again, if you feel that it's too much for you to ruffle 2 pieces together, just do 1 at a time. Just going to have to add a little bit more. because this is just going to make it a little bit more full. Putting 2 pieces in each ruffle. Again, when you wrap that pipe cleaner around, make sure that you're pushing your mesh up. Grab it really tight. So you want that ruffle to be standing up. You don't want it to be flat. You can kind of separate your pieces if you want once you get it on there. I'm just adding, like I said, I'm adding another row of ruffles, bundles, to this top section. So I'm going to have 2 rows per section. 2 rows of 2 rows of 3. Well, I'm not going to go over that again. You saw what I showed you. Two rows of 2 in this bottom section here. 1 at the bottom, 2 rows of 2 in this first section. 2 rows of 3 here. 2 rows of 3 here. 2 rows of 4 here. 2 rows of 4 here. There. That's what I was trying to say. This is what happens when you have too many things going on at once in your life, which is what I do. And honestly, it's a beautiful day. I'm going to go out and go for a walk when I'm done here because my craft room is in the back of my house, and I have 2 big windows that look out over my backyard, and I can see my deck and I can see how beautiful it is out there. And I just want to go outside and play. I'm like a little kid. I don't want to be inside when it's nice out. I do have the luxury of working from home, so I try to get my work done in the morning so I can go out and play in the afternoon. It's been a long winter, man. Long winter here in upstate New York. I need my vitamin D. Don't be afraid to pull on this pipe cleaner really tight so your mesh doesn't slide around. Just don't pull so tight that you break your witch hat like I did on the end here. I wonder if there's a way I could zip tie that. I'm not going to waste time gluing it, because it's going to be covered by mesh anyway. I discovered something interesting when I was cutting my extra mesh. I didn't feel like getting my wood burning tool out. I was actually able to cut in between the lines of this mesh with the rotary cutter. I had to go pretty darn slow, but I was able to do it. I didn't feel like setting up my wood burning tool just for a few extra pieces of mesh. I got to get the big piece of glass out. I got to plug in my wood burning tool and wait for it to heat up, etc., etc. I'm not the most patient person in the world. My favorite thing about spring, obviously, well, there's a few favorite things I have, but one of my most favorite things is that there's no bugs out yet, at least here in upstate New York. We don't get our bugs until the first day that we have, like in, I want to say like the mid or upper 70s, when all the little nasty bugs start hatching. But, when it's still, this piece is really fraying. I'm just going to tuck that in, just give it a quick little spray. The first day that we have like a really, again, do this outside. Don't do what I'm doing because it is smelly. If you get some on your hands, just get some olive oil or vegetable oil, and that'll come right off. Okay. Because it does get sticky on your hands. All right, so I added another row of 4 to the top, and now we're going to go to that the top section. Now we're going to go to that very, very top piece, and we're going to add some more. I don't know how many more I'm going to add. I might even have to cut some more mesh. I gotta see. It is still fraying a little bit, but not bad. And again, I just take the end and I fold it under just a little bit. You can see that, just to get that cut end. And if they come, the two pieces come apart on the ends, it doesn't really matter. They don't have to be lined up perfectly. So we're almost done here. So I'm going to go at the very end here. Yeah, this very top bar and then the middle. So again, the top bar here and then the middle bar, I'm wrapping this one piece around on the end. I think that's going to keep my form together. The part that broke, just by putting this mesh on, is going to keep that form together. Now you see how my mesh is kind of like all crazy on the end here? I'm just going to turn it. I'm going to turn it and kind of try to tuck it in a little bit to the mesh that's already there, because I don't want it all going willy-nilly and sticking out. That is the one benefit that you have with mesh, is that it likes to stick together, and that helps you sometimes when you're trying to position it. You can kind of shove it in there and it sticks to itself. There's that damn metallic coming out. Hold on, that's going to make me crazy. I think I got to do something with this piece here. Hold on a minute. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cut end this way, so it's on the bottom. I want that cut end to show with that metallic. All right, I just turned it around. And it's still showing. See, this is going to make me crazy. Yep. I think I'm going to put this piece in the middle. I'm going to put a different piece on the end because I've got a little bit of fraying going on here. So I'm going to hide this piece in the middle. I'm hoping I can put a different piece on the end. This piece has got a little bit of fraying going on here, and it's going to make me crazy if it's sticking out on the end. So I'm going to kind of hide it in the middle. I am going to have to cut a little bit more orange mesh here. Only a few more pieces. Pull it up as tight as you can so your ruffles are going up and not down. Yeah, this, I might have to cut this top bar right off because it's like coming off on me. I got another piece that just came off on the end, unless maybe when I add this one on the end, it'll hold it together. My poor witch hat broke. I was pulling on it too hard. I'm going to use my pipe cleaner to save it. This piece of mesh is just going to want to fray on me. I'm going to have to tuck that in and spray it so it stays. And I'm spraying it in the house even though I told you not to. Now my hand's going to be all sticky. Sticky, sticky. I got to cut a couple more pieces of mesh here. And I'm going to show you what I mean. Go slow with the rotary cutter. I just use my tape measure. You can actually cut. That won't work for all mesh because some mesh, the lines are really close together. So if you go slow, you're able to cut right in between those grid lines. You see that? It can be done, and that will definitely help you with the fraying. If you don't want to use the wood burning tool, this one I kind of went off center a little bit, but you got to go slow. And just go flying through it all willy-nilly. Again, Hobby Lobby mesh does have a tendency to fray. Dollar Tree mesh will also fray like crazy. I will never ever buy Michael's mesh. It is the worst. It is absolutely the worst. Doesn't matter if you cut it with the wood burning tool. Doesn't matter if you cut between the lines. It's just bad. Do not use it. Okay. I think we're only going to probably need like 3 more bundles of this on the top, and then we can do our green, little green carrot top. You guys got to be careful when you're cutting your pipe cleaners off, trimming them, because I cut myself like 3 times last night on the cut end of the pipe cleaner. These things get sharp, man. They're very sharp. I mean, there is metal in there, so where's my scissors? Very, very sharp. A cut pipe cleaner. Sorry about my head. I'm just trying to cut these extra little fray pieces that were coming off. I think I'm just going to do, I've got 3 pieces over here. I think I'm just going to do another 2 or 3. I'm going to have to cut some more. that one's really sticking up nice. Sometimes they stick up really nice. It looks like a little flower. Sometimes they don't. Maybe do another 2 or another 3 here. Again, you know, you just kind of have to eyeball it too. It's not like it's a science. If you feel like it looks full enough with what you have, then stop. If you think you need to add another couple of more, then add more. I don't know why this ruffle looks so dang big. There. It's sticking up a little bit. I'm just trying to adjust it here so it's like longer on one side than the other one. I'm not quite sure how that happened. That's why I said be cognizant of when you're adding your ruffles on that this ruffle on the end just kind of wants to lay flatter for some reason. So I think I'm going to stick another ruffle in there. It's like laying flatter. So I have a little gap here. See that little space in there? The ruffle kind of is like laying flat on me, and it's making me crazy. So I'm going to put another ruffle in there just to help to get it to stand up a little bit more. If that makes sense. Maybe I'll just put one piece in just because I just happen to have one piece cut left. So I'm going to stick a ruffle in there just to help that one stand up a little bit more. See, that's what you kind of have to do. You kind of have to eyeball your creation. And there was a little gap there that was bothering me, so I'm just going to stick a ruffle in here. One ruffle to fill in that little gap. Because I can do whatever I want. It's my carrot. Just like you can do whatever you want with your carrot. There. So that filled in that little space, and it helped this ruffle stand up a little bit more, which is what I wanted. It was kind of laying flat on me. So that's what I wanted it to do. And again, you can, move your ruffles around a little bit if you feel like you're having the same problem. You can readjust them. Sticking to my shirt. Be very careful what shirt you wear when you're working with mesh, because I have to spray this bottom here. This bottom's kind of fraying on me a little. Actually, it's fraying quite a bit. I might even just take that piece out and put a new one in. So maybe I can. Sticky now. All right, I'm going to put one more piece on the end here. Let's see if I can cut it with my scissors. Oh, you know what? I got my rotary cutter out. I'll just use that. I think I just need 2 more. I might have to end up replacing that one piece on the bottom because for some reason this bottom piece is starting to kind of fray on me. So again, just pay attention to when you're adding your mesh. If you find any little gaps, just go ahead and add more. That's the nice thing about mesh. You got mesh, you got pipe cleaner, cut a few more pieces, add a few more where you need them. Very simple. I'm doing this with sticky hands now. Sticky. I think I'm going to do 2 more pieces on the end. 2 more bundles, I should say. I don't even remember how many I did, honestly. I think I did like, I'm doing like 6 across the top, the very top. My hands are so sticky from the spray that everything I pull off is sticking to my fingers. One more on the end, and I think we're good, ladies. And I can go outside and play, but we have to put our green on, and then I can go outside and play. I don't like when mesh starts to fray like that. Give that a little spray. It's not horribly smelling, but if you're going to be spraying a lot, take it outside. If you're doing a little spray here and there, you're going to be okay. Quick little spray. And these are 12-inch pieces. So you can't even really tell that I'm using the 5.5-inch Hobby Lobby on the top. And then the Dollar Tree, which is 6, is the rest. It's because there's such a minimal difference. You're talking like a 1/2 inch. There isn't that big of a difference at all. I don't remember how much I used. I know I put it in the supply list. I didn't buy any more. I just don't think that I cut enough of what I had, but I did put in the supply list how much you were going to need. And this is going to be my last piece here in the very end. Because my hands are sticky, that's why. This is why it's taken me a minute to get this piece on. We'll just cut that off after. We'll cut these extra pipe cleaners off after. You know, when I go to clean my vacuum, after I've done, you know, quite a bit of work in my craft room here, and I've vacuumed a few times, I always find when I flip it over that there's all this mesh like wound around the rolly thing on the bottom. Do I want to put one more piece on the end? Let me see. I actually think that's good. I was thinking about putting one more piece over here, but you know what? I think that's good. I do not think I need any more. Again, you need to kind of move your pieces around, push them in a little bit tighter, twist them a little bit, because again, you're looking to get that carrot shape. And you do have it for the most part, but you know, again, you know, you can move your mesh any way you want. Just a quick little spray there. I think I might put one more on the bottom. All right, ladies, just when I said that I thought I was done. One more is going to do the trick. I think this is going to do the trick, ladies. One more on this very end section here. Don't be afraid to pull that tight. That is what I needed. That's it. My poor shirt. That's what I wanted right there. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Cute little carrot. I'm happy with that. All right. I do not know where my green pipe cleaners are. I kind of want to just get this finished for you guys. So let's put our leaves on. Now we're not going to do two at a time. You can use 10-inch mesh for your leaves. That's fine. This is Dollar Tree mesh. I actually had to cut this a couple of times because it was fraying like crazy. So what we're going to do, take your 12-inch piece of mesh, okay? Take the opposite ends, any two opposite ends, okay, and just pull like that, okay? Kind of feed your fingers down to the middle and pinch, all right? It's going to kind of look like that. And now you're going to kind of fold it, twist it, and fold it up like that. So you have it like that. You're going to twist it and fold it up like that. So it kind of looks like a little, like a leaf. See that? Pinch it tight at the bottom so it stays together, all right? I'm going to use my orange because that's what I have out. I'm going to cut it in half though, because I definitely don't need a full one. You're going to wrap it around the bottom like that. Twist it tight. Okay? So you see how you kind of have a little nubby at the bottom? All right, shut your car alarm off, people. And just kind of go around. I'm going to go around the crossbar. The crossbar here. That's where I'm going to start. Is I'm going to go through the top and down around that crossbar. Just to give it a little bit of extra stability. We're going to have shorter pieces and we're going to have longer pieces. Let's start with this one first. Wrap it around a couple of times. I'm going to cut these off after. So there's your first piece of green here. Now that's a shorter one because we folded it right in half. Okay? You can make longer ones too. And we're going to kind of alternate. So let's get another piece and do the same thing. Get the opposite ends and pull. Now, I'm going to make one just like the first one, okay? So gather it in the middle. Twist. So you have this little leaf shape. Pull your extra frays off. Try to get them so they're doesn't matter for curls on the end, that's okay. But that's the look that you're going for, is like this little leaf shape. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. Make sure you have enough on the end that you can grab with your pipe cleaner. Like that. You have a little nubby on the end here, okay? And I'm going to put this one right next to this one. I'm actually even going to go right around that same crossbar in the middle. And again, that's just to give it a little bit of, I could even twist it around that pipe cleaner that was already there, that I attached the first green one with. And these two are going to go right next to each other. They're the same length. I folded them right in half. Okay. So these two are the same. These two are the same height here. I need to move my camera up. These two are the same height. But we're going to make some smaller ones too, or taller ones, I should say. So just give me a second here. I just want to make sure that these are situated the way I want them. So they're kind of like right in the middle. Now you can make some longer ones to go around it. Get another piece of green, pull it the same way. Make sure that the curl side is down. Don't do it this way. Do it with the curl side down. Now this time, when we pinch it, we're going to twist it still, but we're going to go down a little bit more. We're going to go down and pinch it further toward the bottom. Twist it. Hold on a second here. So you're going to have a little nubby in the back, like that. And in the front, it's going to be longer. You see that? That's the look that I was trying to achieve here. So you're not going to pinch it in the middle. You're going to pinch it a little bit farther down. So you're going to have a longer leaf, okay? I'm actually going to move up a little bit more on my nubby on the bottom here and make it a little bit bigger, just to hold my leaf shape. It's kind of curling, but that's okay. And this is going to go on either side of these that I just put in. So this one's a little bit taller, not too much taller. You can make them a little bit taller if you want, but you can see how, you really can't even tell actually now because you're not, because it's curling. You see what I mean? But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get some pieces that are a little bit longer instead of having my carrot top be all one length. This one is a little bit longer, but it's curling, so it's kind of hard to tell. So let's do another one on the other side. Take your mesh again. Make sure the curly side is down. Pull it. So you can even like go up from the bottom and just make like a little nubby on the bottom here. Okay? So you have a nice long leaf on that side, and you just have like a little nubby on the back just to kind of hold it in place. So don't pinch these longer ones in the middle. You have the little nubby back here that I just folded over. If the mesh wasn't curling so much, I don't really want to pull on it and make it fray. So, but you get the idea. You get what I'm trying to do here. It's just that it's curling, so I'm going to go on the other side with this one. I'm not going to do too many leaves right now. I might add more after, but in the essence of time here, I want to get this finished. I'm just going to do 4 leaves right now. But the mesh curls, so it's kind of a bummer that it does that. But you just kind of have to play with it a little bit. See, that would actually even be enough. You don't have to go too crazy adding leaves. You do not. It's whatever you like. I'm trying to keep it rolled up here, so. So I have 4 pieces on here right now. If you want to add more, you can. This piece, actually, I might even have made it a little bit too long. I'm trying to pull it down a little bit here. So it's even with the other one. I want them kind of the same size. The ones on the end, I want the same size. Oops. Can't really see because I have my cutting mat here. Now you can see a little bit better because this table is just so taped up and burned and everything. This is my old table. This is my taped up table. So I didn't really want you to see that, so I had it covered. But if you want to do more than 4, you can do more than 4. Let me hold it up like that. I'm just going to bring my camera up like that so you can see what I mean. All right, you can add more if you want. You can add 2 on either side of that if you want, which I think I might do. I might add just 2 more like that. But I think for now, you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. And I want to get the bow on. No, let me just do 2 more. 2 more leaves here. I gotta get going here. What time is it? It's 3:30. Just gonna do a couple more on either side. I think that'll be good for the leaves. You can add as many as you want. Trying to twist it because I kind of want it sticking out this way a little bit, not necessarily going straight up. You know what I mean? I kind of want this piece going this way a little bit. So you kind of have to play with it a little bit to get it to do what you want. Don't play with it too much because you're going to end up pulling the phrase out. So just going to do one more on the other side here. You don't have to add a bow if you don't want to. It's entirely up to you. If you want carrot to have a bow, you could just hang it like it is, just like this. And when you get it on there, just sort of play with it a little bit. Make sure that it looks like a leaf. Like curl it in a little bit. Do you know what I mean? They don't have to all be the same length. I mean, you don't ever see a carrot, you know, a wild carrot. You never really, you never see a carrot in the wild with perfectly straight, holding my camera up. You never see a carrot in the wild with perfectly straight green leaves on the top, do you? Or in the grocery store. I'm actually literally holding my camera up so you can see that. But that's how you want it to look. You can make yours look however you want, ladies, but that's how mine is. Then we can add a little bow. And I'll show you quickly how to do that. Hold on one second. I got to send a text. Hold on. All right, so I have this pretty gingham. I got some fray action going on here. Take care of that later. We will take care of that later because I have to go. Give it a quick spray now. I will have sticky hands. All right. Sorry about my taped up table. Again, olive oil or vegetable oil, something like that if you get this stuff on your hands. All right, I kind of want the tails to be a little bit longer to go down my carrots. So let's see. This is a black and white gingham ribbon. I think I'm going to do, kind of want them to go down the whole length of the carrot. So how much is that? That's about 15 inches. Okay, now I'm going to pinch it. Okay, and I'm going to make my loops kind of smallish. So I'm going to do 8 inches and then fold it in half to make 4-inch loops. Okay, so did you catch that? Measure 8 inches, pinch it and fold it. So you have a 4-inch. You have a 4-inch loop here, okay? You don't have to twist it because this ribbon's the same on both sides, but go around again, measure another 8 inches, pinch it in the middle. Make sure your loops are about the same size here. Keep that pinch. You can use your bow dabra, you can use your easy bow maker, your pro bow, whatever you want to do. You do not have to do it by hand. Just kind of make sure that your loops are about the same size. Measure another 8 inches. Pinch it in the middle on the other side. This is the hardest part, ladies, is pinching it. Make sure your loops are about the same size. We're going to do it again. 8 inches. Bring it around to the other side. Pinch. You have 2 loops on either side now. I think I'm going to do 2 more. That's all you're doing, is you're just going back and forth with your loops and pinching them in the middle. Just making sure they're about the same size. Do I want to do another 2 more or no? Yeah, I think I'm going to do 2 more. I'm going to have 8 loops altogether. Hardest part is keeping it all pinched together in the middle, honestly. That is the hardest part. This one got away from me here somehow. And then another tail, which I said was 15 inches, so my hands are sticky. You got to make sure you grab all your loops, ladies, when you're putting your pipe cleaner in the middle. Don't want to lose any loops. It's really not that easy to make, that hard, I should say, to make a hand-tied bow. You just have to make sure you go slow and keep that pinch in the middle. Again, I have a bow dabra sitting in my closet. As you know, on my mesh wreaths, I don't typically add bows. I add my little bow ties. So I'm going to get this on the carrot and then I'll mess with it a little bit more. Just kind of put this up in the upper right-hand corner, left-hand corner, whichever side you want it on. And then I'm going to go outside and play. Don't tell anybody. I want to go outside and play. Sorry, well, give me a second here while I adjust my bow, and then I'll let you see. I promise I'll let you see. Didn't come out half bad. Didn't come out half bad at all. Now I want to show you something. My poor shirt. Oh my goodness. Let me lift up my camera again. There's my cute little bow. I want to show you a little trick. So obviously we're going to dovetail these ends. You can't leave them like that. If you don't want your tails to just be hanging flat like that, you know the old trick of ribbon curling? You can do that with your fingers too. Just take your two fingers like scissors and just pull, whoops, just pull the ribbon tight and it will curl. Well, it should. That's going to make a liar out of me. Or you could actually just twist it. Yeah, this ribbon's not going to curl for me. It just made a liar out of me. Or you can kind of twist it like that and then let it go, and it should curl for you, you think. Or maybe not. Well, the heck with that. This ribbon's not going to curl. You can just sort of like crimp it a little bit. You don't even have to let it go that long. You can make it shorter if you want. Which I may very well do because it's not curling for me. I'm trying to sort of like crimp it a little bit and curl it by hand. What you can do, just take your fingers and give it some crimpies. This ribbon's kind of thick, maybe that's why it's not curling. All right, ladies, that's it. I gotta go. I got things to do. I got people to see. I got places to go here. Let me hold this up so you can see it. If you want to make your tails a little bit shorter, you certainly can. But I think I might because these are not curling for me. And this carrot keeps grabbing my shirt. My bow kind of pushed my leaf down. I'm trying to fix my leaf. I'm going to hold up my camera again so you can see it because it's not allowing me to show you sufficiently with the camera the way it is. So I'm just going to lift it up again and show you this way with my shadow. Let me move my scissors out of the way. All right, guys. There's my carrot. I will probably cut my tails off a little bit because this ribbon is not curling. So I might make my tails a little bit shorter. But for the most part, you can see that we've accomplished a pretty cute little carrot, in my opinion. And once the carrot is standing, the ribbon looks better. It's just when it's laying flat, it looks a little odd. Once it's standing or hanging on your wall or whatever, it'll look a little bit better. Trying to fix my leaves here. Let me see if I can do it this way and show you. Pretty cute. You can make your tail shorter again. Like I said, you don't even have to add a bow if you don't want to. But that's it, ladies. I gotta go. I gotta go for the day. Let me see my shadow. There we go. All right, I'm out. I'll get you the video ASAP. Thanks for waiting for this. Have a great night.